Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 73 of our first star challenge with Everton. And today we have, every game's a big game, isn't it? Of course, we play Middlesbrough away from home in the league, who are 10th. Should be able to get the job done there, I would hope. And then we're 90 minutes away from the Champions League final. We won, of course, the home leg 4-0. It's surely just a formality. We go to Leipzig, play out 90 minutes, have a good time, and find ourselves in the Champions League final. Now, we haven't missed anything since last episode. The one thing that has happened, though, is with that win against Leipzig, it was our 15th consecutive win, you can see there, which is a new club record. I don't know that I've ever had... Look, I don't know if I've ever had a season like this where, I mean, you get unbeaten runs, but not so much green. I mean, the only loss we've had since like October or September, whenever it was here, September, is on penalties, which is technically a draw as well. I don't think I've ever had a run like this, ever. It's just ridiculous. And if we refresher of the league table, we're not even top. Not only are we not top, we're potentially 3 points back because Liverpool have a game in hand and their goal difference is just ridiculous. Now, the one thing I'm clinging to here, the one hope, is that Liverpool did lose their Champions League semi-final. Maybe that'll rattle them. And we'll get something from this game. We'll hopefully get something from this game, but we'll be able to make up a little bit of ground. All we can do is just keep putting the pressure on them. Now, this is the team we're sending out to face Middlesbrough. If you have a quick look at how we're expecting them to play, we are the favourites, as you would kind of expect at this point. Scouting report, they're a direct playing style. Sean Dyche is their manager. They're a balanced mentality, and the analysis report kind of says a little bit narrow there. Passing network is there, and you know that's sort of their passing network, their key passes there. So this is a team we're sending out. Now, I'm taking a small risk here. I'm assuming that the Leipzig tie is essentially dead. So we're playing some of our stronger players in this game, expecting to be able to then, some of the second stringers, get the job done. And when we say second stringers, we're talking about Brazilian international defender Luis Felipe, for example. So, second string is very much a loose term. But it's Lafont in goal. It's Timon, Stark, and Jermaine has to come in because Milo is match fatigued and Kenny is still coming back from injury. Witzel and Zamora go in midfield. Rafinha, Bladzic, and Bernard, they go in behind. One last chance for Davy Selke. I mean, 15 league wins, that's ridiculous. That's what City did 14, didn't they? So to do that and still not find yourselves top of the table is slightly annoying. What do we say here? Do we say... what do we say? I mean, come on, let's keep our run going, I guess. I mean, what can you say? We've been relentless. I mean, you can only be proud of the team, really, can't you? But... it's ultimately, it's looking as increasingly as though it's not going to be enough. Like I say, last time when we beat Liverpool, and that was their first loss of the season, they then lost to Manchester United and drew Stoke. So I'm hoping that having lost in the Champions League, maybe it rattles them a little bit, and they might drop some more points. But that's the only, it's clutching at straws at this point, isn't it? Sherlock, good save from Lafont. That's not really the start we would want. I should say too, there's a goals of the month at the end of this episode as well, all our best goals from April, so that might be worth checking out. There's a ball over top for Davy Selke. Can he find his scoring boots? He's gone for the dink. Just didn't quite get it right, did he? Not a bad option though, to be fair. At least it shows a little bit of confidence, and that's something that he seems to be lacking of late. So yeah, we'll just see how this goes here. I've kind of got a team in my head for the second leg and for the return leg against Leipzig. We'll play a DM, I think, instead of a number 10. Because really, if we get an away goal, it should be done. That'll be 5. They'll need to get to 6 goals then. Yeah, so it should be fine. That's not the best header from Rafinha there. He's could have nicked that, but just quite didn't get there. Jermaine at right back is a concern here a little bit. It's his first start that I'm aware of. He may have started a cup game, but I'm not sure that he has. So it's not ideal. That's a ball to the back post. Jermaine has let his man go, and Andre Sherlock has conceded a goal. Well, it's not. He hasn't conceded a goal. He scored a goal. We've conceded the goal. We'll throw out to show some passion here. It's not ideal to go behind, but still a long, long way to go in this one. So no need to panic just yet. Let's maybe go attacking though. Can we win that, please? We can. Bernard picks it up. Can he... Selke is just kind of hanging back a little bit now. Bernard keeps going forward. Rafinha's there. It's headed away. Sherlock, not really cleared. Zamora picks it up, edge of the area, out for Bernard, cuts in, Bernard! Oh! Almost a stunning goal, a Bernard classic, but just didn't quite get the job done. From the corner, though, we have our big boys up there. Rafinha, it's not the best, it's headed away by Fry, and we should pick that up. Jame's there, but nothing more to come of that. Come on, boys, come on here. Let's do something here. Let's demand more. Do we look to exploit the flanks, perhaps? Let's try that. Come straight back. Jame with a throw for Zamora. Back to Witzel. Back for Zamora. They're standing off us here, aren't they? They're really sitting deep. Maybe exploit the flanks will be a good option. Here's Bernard, very central. There's Selke. Back for Vlasic. Going on a bit of a run. Time on. Look at the men in the middle. We just need to get a good quality ball in there. Work them around. There's a good ball in. It's headed away by Jones. Zamora picks it up. Definitely it's a horrible pass. Straight into Kalu. It could he had to kind of maybe chip it over him, didn't he? Or maybe just not play the pass at all. I thought we might have got to that. We don't want to go 2-0 down here. That's the last thing we need. Martin, Schürrle's in so much space again. It's just over the bar, is it? Jame at the right back, it's becoming an issue, isn't it? He's leaving Schürrle in just far too much space. Alright, so we'll give it a demand more here at half-time. We haven't been bad by any stretch of the imagination. We haven't been good, though, have we? The match ratings aren't fantastic. You do wonder a little bit if the pressure is getting to us. We are the early kickoff. So that brings its own pressure, I guess. We can, of course, with a win, go top of the table again and put some pressure on Liverpool. But, of course, we'll be 2 games up on them at that point and 3 points ahead. Should we turn this around in the second half? If we lose this, then we're in some serious trouble. Then we will be equal on points still, having played 2 games more, and you'd really start to fear for us. Rafinha chips a ball in. It's claimed by Patricio, the goalkeeper. That's surely not the highlight. An early goal would either be a blessing if we can get it, or an absolute curse if we don't. And I don't like where this is going. Lafont's there. What is happening? Something's happening here. This has been too long of a highlight for nothing to happen. Tar, sensible please, mate. Goes long. Selke's there, knocks it down for Bernard. I'm not sure I think it was Selke that knocked it down, which is a really good bit of play from him. Here goes Drame getting forward. He owes us something. It's not the best ball. Zamora is there. Down for Vlasic. Turns in the area. Rafinha. Somebody is bouncing around. Rafinha again. He's there for Bernard. Bernard! There it is! 3 minutes into the second half for Bernard. Eventually we put that in the back of the net. Excellent stuff. We'll demand a little bit more of that. Well, we can't. I think I had to get creative right before this highlight started about an hour ago. Just bouncing around, we kept the ball. Look at that, good touch from Bernard, good second touch as well. And he could hardly miss from there, could he? Excellent stuff from Bernard. 1-1, and this should be on for us now, shouldn't it? Hopefully that'll get the wind behind our tails, or whatever the saying is, and we will go on and put on a little bit of a performance here, perhaps. Come on, boys. We don't deserve to be behind, so we don't need to panic too much here, although Vlasic just picked up a knock. That's not ideal. We'll bring on... I'm tempted to go 2 up top, actually. Let's do that. Yeah, they've got the 2 holding men in there, so let's maybe go 2 up top. We'll play Selke and Calvert-Lewin. Now, these have just... It was Manchester City, wasn't it? I don't know why I'm clicking on his name. In the Carabao Cup final, we had these 2 guys on a couple of seasons ago now, and we did manage to go and get 2 late goals with those 2 up top. So let's hope we wind back the clock a little bit here for something similar. Here goes Drame. Throw in there for Vlasic. It'll be his last look at the game. It's a loose pass, though. We can't pick it up, and are we going to... That's horrible. Stark all day for Zamora. Back for Stark. Come on, boys. Sensible. Look for your teammates. Find the passes. That's a horrible pass. What are we doing? That's not what's needed, guys. It's not what's needed. Come on. There is a little bit of a gap there if they wanted, isn't there, from the play out of with no Vlasic. Oh, it's a good tackle, I think. Yes, it is. It's becoming a long old highlight again, isn't it? Taimon, come on, boys. Sensible here. Sensible football. Taimon goes early. We'll take it. Selke, he's going to bring that down. Davy Selke. Davy Selke winds back the clock. Davy Selke, 10th of the year. And we've turned it around. Excellent, excellent stuff. Do we still want to go 2 up top? We probably don't, do we? That's probably not what we need to do now. What we will do is we will bring on Sergio Gomez for Leipzig and just make that change, I think. There's no need to go 2 up top now. But good to see Davy Selke again just powering in a ball from the edge of the area. It's a bit of a long ball forward, as Dyche would have appreciated. He'll appreciate that. That's a Dyche special. And look at this, just absolutely crushed it. It looked like it had a bit of a bend on it too, didn't it? Just to maybe wrong foot the goalkeeper ever so slightly. But our big German is back in business. What a return to form. He had that header too, didn't he? Which sort of kept the move going for that first goal. Let's demand a little bit more. I'm wondering if we take it off attacking now, and we might go off of expressive. We won't necessarily tell him to be disciplined, but just start and be a little bit sensible here. Close this game down ever so slightly. Yeah, it's time to do that now, isn't it? Let's give it out a concentrate. Oh, with a minute to go. Don't do it to me, boys. Get that away. Oh, it's away from Jermaine. He hasn't been the most convincing. Cross comes in. Oh, it's off the line. It's off the line by... I'm not sure who it was. One of the central defenders, I think. We've got away with one there. It's a good ball forward for Davy Selke. Can he double his lead? He cannot at the second and third attempts. All right, let's pause this and now let's really, really close this thing down. Davy Selke so close to wrapping it up for us. It should be done anyway. Let's be honest. We should have done enough here. We made it hard for ourselves. We weren't great in the first half without being horrible. Jermaine throws it in for Rafinha. Is that a penalty? No, it doesn't look like it is. Tar wins the header. What's happening here? Is it a push? He's consulting with VAR. It is a penalty. Penalty's been given. This would wrap it up for us. Number 17. I'm not sure who that is. Is that Zamora? It's Witsel. Axel Witsel. Captain Courageous puts it in the back of the net. That's 3-1. That's 3 points. And over to you, Liverpool. What can they do? We'll give them some praise now if we can. There we go. Job done. Much, much better that second half, wasn't it? Much better. 5th goal this year for Axel Witsel. He's tempting me with that, offering him that new contract, but he's leaving. He's an old man now. He's 34, 35. He's done his job. He's come in, captained the team to a Champions League glory. If he goes back-to-back, does he get a statue? Do we put the statue? Does Calvert-Lewin get a friend outside of Goodison with an Axel Witsel statue if we go back-to-back? Let me know what you think in the comments. Two-time Champions League winning captain would have to go close, wouldn't he? But anyway, you can play around with it all you want, Middlesbrough, because this game is done and dusted. We're just waiting. Mike Dean's the referee. When you're ready, Mike, just blow this up. I think Tranmere kicks off soon, mate. You probably want to go and watch that. Jermaine back in for Zamora. It's a bit of a lungy tackle there. Hopefully the Vladic's injury isn't too bad. We took him off pretty quickly, so it should just be a sort of a day or 3, hopefully. Sometimes I don't know if it was a pulled hamstring. Sometimes with pulled hamstrings you can still lose them for a couple of weeks, but that's a good performance there in the end. Jermaine 7.3, nicely done by him. As I said, not a debut, but certainly a first start. Very, very proud of the comeback. We have guaranteed Champions League football for next year, but that was kind of already in the bag anyway. So there we go. Everton secure victory at the Riverside. Vlasic, oh, it's a groin. It's 9 days, so he's definitely out of Leipzig, but he should be back. It's about a week, so he should be back for Premier League next weekend, which is good. Guaranteed Champions League football next year. Budget, 155 million to spend in the transfer window. 2.7 million on wages. What are we spending now? Right now we're at 2.5, so 200 grand, an extra expensive player there. But there we go. Selke back on form, an average of 8.8. Again, just tempting us in, but we've already signed the replacement. So he's got to leave. We'll be getting rid of him at the end of the year. And Smith is looking at a couple of their players and Josh Taimon. Guys, wait right there. We're 90 minutes from a Champions League final. So we'll find out. Hopefully we'll get there, but we'll also find out how Liverpool did away to Fulham. Okay, welcome back. Now, how did Liverpool get on? After 6 minutes, they were 2-0 up. So, yeah, that was never in doubt, unfortunately. So, they march on, equal on points again, and they still have a game in hand on us. Goal difference is just night and day. With 30 goals behind, they are just relentless. So we continue, all we can do is keep winning, isn't it? And that's 16 games in a row now. Now, this is what we're all about, though. We're 90 minutes away from the Champions League final. We are the favourites for this one. I don't know if that's on the night or the tie. We're 4-0 up on the overall. So you'd hope even if we don't win on the night, we'll get the job done in the tie. Sampaoli is the manager. If you forgot from last episode, they're a standard playing style, attacking mentality. If we look at the analysis report from their last game, we can see that's how we're expecting them to play. Maybe a little narrow, but sort of relative to standard stuff. Let's have a look at the team that we're sending out. Now, obviously, having played a stronger team against Middlesbrough, we have Manchester City coming up in our next league game on the weekend. So again, we have to have a strong team for that. We have a really tough run in, actually, in the Premier League. So we've prioritise those games, but we still have a very, very strong team here. It's Lafont in goal. It's Digne, Taylor, Luis Felipe and Kenny as a back four. Berg, Davies and Sergio Gomez in midfield. Carlson down one wing, Lookman down the other. Big Terry Cook up top. And when you consider, this team is this is very much sort of a second string team, it's not bad, is it? We have come a long way in our seasons in charge here. What do we say? It's got to be just don't allow complacency. Oh, I always want to say that assertively. The first leg means nothing now, guys. It means absolutely nothing. Some calm, we have faith. Get out there, come back as Champions League finalists. And here we go. Hopefully, we're 4-0 up. It shouldn't be a problem. It's still a very, very strong team. It shouldn't be a problem. Really, should it? But we'll just see how we do here. An away goal, as I said, in the Middlesbrough game, an away goal here should kill it off for us. That would mean they would need 6 goals. And if we're conceding 6 goals, then we don't deserve to be anywhere near a final. Potentially we're back-to-back finalists here, and that is 3 finals in what would it be? 4? That's not the best pass. In 4 years, it wouldn't be bad. Let's not count our finals chickens just yet, though. Ramos is there. We defended that quite well in the end, actually. Long ball forward for Cook. Is that a foul? No. This is becoming a long old highlight now, and so I start to get a little bit nervous, and that's the end of that. I went a little bit more defensive here just because Kai Havertz, basically, just to try and limit the space that he has. We don't really need to attack at all. We're not, just to straight here, we're not being expressive or disciplined. There's no sort of instruction given there. So we're just sensible football here. We just need to keep our heads, play well, and it shouldn't be a problem. I'm jinxing this horribly, aren't I? But we're half an hour in here. This is only the second highlight of the game. They are still a very, very good team, so we do need to remember that. I'm not quite sure what Stuart Taylor's doing there. Lafont with a big save. Might be time for a demand more, perhaps, here if we can. We haven't had a highlight yet. We haven't really looked like we've threatened them at all. That's to the back post. Away by Ramos and Davies is clear. Yeah, we haven't threatened them whatsoever. We've had some of the ball, but we certainly haven't done anything with it. Another corner comes in here. Berg gets that one clear. Edge of the area, though. Too much space off the post, and the rebound is it's a save from Lafont. We need to improve here. We need to improve very, very quickly. Still can't give a shout. Come on, boys. Away. It's there. It is away in the end. Lookman, can we launch a counter-attack with him? No, we cannot. A part of me wonders if we need to change something here. It's a good block by Digne there. But at the same time, they still haven't scored, have they? So it's not the end of the world. Come on, game. What's going on here? It's going to be a card, is it, for Gomez, it looks like? He's on a booking now. No. Let's give it a demand more. We can't really be happy with this at half-time, can we? They've dominated the game. We're doing enough, which is... I can't be happy with that, though. We have ridden our luck a little bit. It could easily be 2-0, couldn't it? It's even 3-0. And if that happens, then obviously it's a very, very nervy second half here. I'm going to say I'm far from pleased with what I've just seen. We'll go some to give up 4 goals in a second half, but you just never know. One goes in, you start to get nervous. I'd like to think that we're a better team than that now. We've got better players than that, but you just never know. We'll give it a concentrate. Concentration always overwhelms players for some reason, doesn't it? I'd like to get a goal. I'd like to win on the night, but to be honest, we can keep going like this, can't we? This is just fine for us. Let's go a demand more. We do have Aaron Hampson on the bench, Toby Berg and Gary Turpie. Hasn't been the best night for Terry Cook. Let's bring Aaron Hampson on for him. It's a good opportunity to give him some game time. We might play him as a deep lying forward, actually. We just need to link up the play a little bit, so that's fine. On he comes. Is it a Champions League debut for him, or did we play him once before? We might have brought him on the first leg, I think. Small game hesitation there. It's Richarlison! Oh, that would have been the moment to wrap it up for us, wouldn't it? Highlight looks like it's going to continue. Can we win that header, please? We can't. They've walked straight through. They've walked straight through, and the font comes up big again. And Taylor into touch. It hasn't been our best performance by a long shot here, has it? We've been, I don't know if I'd go as far as to say poor, but certainly not good. Let's bring Berg on for Gomez. He did have to play the last game. Let's play him as a Mazzella. And yeah, if we get a little bit further in here, we might look to bring Turpey on as well. Let's show some passion here, boys. Come on. It's a highlight. It's not the best throw, but it's enough. It's sort of into enough space that Berg could pick it up. Taylor back in there for Berg. Berg cross-field ball. It's a nice one there for Kenny. Can Kenny find someone in the middle? Back post. There it is. There it is. It's Adobe. Look, man. It's 1-0 on the night. It's 5-0 on aggregate. They now need to score 6, and they're not scoring 6 goals in 12 minutes, are they? That is it. Officially done. We're going back to the final. Will it be Liverpool? Will it be Dortmund? I kind of want Liverpool. You know, it'd be nice to. It'd be horrible to lose to them in the final, but it would be oh so sweet to beat them in the final, wouldn't it? Excellent, excellent stuff. Good finish from Ademola Lookman as well. And let's not forget that ball from Toby Berg that kind of set that whole thing up for us. Let's bring on Gary Turpey now for Stuart Taylor. We'll throw out some praise, and guys, just enjoy it. Get the Olays going. The Germans are going home with nothing. We're going to the final. Do we deserve that? Absolutely not. But we won that in the first leg, didn't we? We won it at Goodison. It meant we could rest players for the Premier League in this one, which is, you know, really, really good, really, isn't it? The fact we've been able to do that. Before we end the episode, we'll find out who we've got in the final. As I said, Liverpool lost 1-0 in Germany. I think the second leg's at home. So if Dortmund were to score in that, Liverpool are free scoring. You would still fancy them, I think. But yeah, if Dortmund were to score, it would just get a little bit interesting. That would, of course, mean they can focus on the league, and that's maybe not what we want or need, but, you know, it doesn't really matter, does it? I don't... It's a good pick up there from Lafont, well off his line. We're going to be lucky to win the league. I mean, our run in here, we have City and Arsenal to play, as well as Stoke. But let's not dwell on that now. We have just made the final, guys, so enjoy that. That's something we've got to look forward to in a couple of episodes' time. Congratulations, guys. You're back in the final. There we go. The first leg triumph helps Everton past Leipzig. That is very much true. We're going to Amsterdam. We've got more money in the bank. And, guys, before we end the episode, we'll find out who we have. Is it Liverpool or is it Dortmund? Was it ever in doubt? Was it ever in doubt? A mouth-watering Merseyside derby in the Champions League final. Liverpool, they won 4-1 in the end. Quite comfortable. If I go back there it is there. Goal in the 4th minute, then they sort of rammed it in late. To be honest, they were in trouble because it was 1-1, so sort of 2-1 on aggregates. They had work to do. But, as I said, in the end, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you want to play in the final, they did get the job done quite comfortably. So, it is a Merseyside derby in the Champions League final. Guys, that is it for today. Just goals of the month to come. If you have enjoyed that episode, please do hit thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you'd like to see when I upload new episodes, just hit the bell to get notifications. We'll be back next time. As I said, we have a tough run in. We have final 2 home games of the year against Manchester City and against Stoke. I think what we'll basically find out next episode if we have a chance of winning the title. Because with 1 game to go, if Liverpool is, if we're even 3 points behind them, we can't do it. The goal difference is too much. So we will find out next episode if we can win the Premier League title. And if we can't, we get the perfect chance for revenge in the Champions League final. That's all for next time though, guys. I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. And here are our goals of the month for April. Take care.